we wake, hear the birds and see the sun.
Hello YouTube fans, my name is Marcelina. Welcome back to cashewgreens.com. So today we're going to plant blueberries in the container. Actually, these berries were planted on the ground. I planted them alongside the fence, but they did not do well because when we have rain, it flooded the area and blueberries don't like their feet wet all the time. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to plant them in a container. we finally planted our blueberry, but I still have blueberries to be planted on the container. So I bring Greg here. So
yeah, she had to get the CEO of Cassia Greens. We planted these blueberry bushes about 14 years ago, and much to our dismay, they produced fruit, but they were struggling the whole time because our neighbor behind us here, who you're looking through in the viewfinder, their yard is sloping down towards our yard, and right here at the fence, it gets too much water, and the roots were sitting in way too much water. And they recover during the summertime during the dry periods. But we had a couple issues, not just soggy feet for the blueberries, but birds were a problem, and then trimming the grass that were growing around them. We put liners around it. The grass would just grow on the inside. It was just a royal pain in the butt. So we decided to put them in planters, get them up off the ground, and we can flip them out. If they're not doing good, we can get new ones, new varieties. This we didn't know this when we first bought blueberries. We knew nothing about blueberries. We just went to the large box store and they had blueberries. We bought them. We didn't do any research on them at all. They produce a lot of fruit, but they're on the real average. They're about average size.
So
I want the ones that are about the size of a dime. And I didn't know how many different varieties of blueberries
there are quite a few, and I will cover that in the next video on the different types of blueberries that are suitable for container. And also you need to know the zone. So this blueberry is cold hardy, and it has no coverage on the ground. We just did not fertilize it properly.
Well, it was hard to.
And blueberry has a pH soil of 4 and 5, so it is
that's
more
very
acidic.
Yeah, that's one of the more acidic plants that we've ever grown. It's 4 to 5
No,
pH.
we have the azalea, so they're the same.
You don't have too many of those.
Yeah,
sold them all.
I know, but I mean the pH soil. So you have to make sure that the pH
but
is.
Here's one caveat: if you want to see the next video and all the different type of blueberries that are out there, you got to watch this one and subscribe. If you don't subscribe and you don't put the likes on there, it tells us that you're not interested in blueberries, and we just will move on to the next subject. So like and subscribe to the channel, guys. And we have a lot of followers that are watching that are waiting for the next video. But we need you guys to continue to support us, and that's real important for us to stay motivated.
And hopefully this blueberry will do well. And as I mentioned, it is a nice container. So you have to choose the right container. Ideal container should be 18 inches deep and wide. But this crate is 16, right? 16 by 16?
Yeah, 16 by 16. What type of media did you put in
here? I combine bark, sweet peat, perlite.
You mean blueberries like compost?
Yes, definitely. It needs rich soil.
Not just the nutrition, but what does it do for the pH?
The sweet peat, it stabilizes the pH. So it is very important if you grow acidic plants. So sweet peat should be added in the soil. Okay. So I mix in the soil, and also the barks creates that air circulation, so it doesn't pull
and that's
the water.
Been a big problem, is there hasn't been good drainage for these little guys. Been sitting down there in swamp water.
I know, and they don't like their feet soaked.
No.
So that's the container, selecting the right container, and pruning. So I prune a little bit some of the dead twigs. I might have to prune it again just to shape the plants, and it is personal preferences how you prune your plants, but just remove all the dead branches.
So how old are these plants now?
I think this is like more than 10 years.
More than 10 years, and you can see it's only about 18 inches tall, so it definitely
so it's a dwarf
needs some growth in there. The nice thing about the planter now is we can cover the entire planter and the plant with the netting to keep the birds from eating them up. As soon as these little things start turning purple, the birds get on there and eat them up. The robins eat the heck out of them.
Look at the fruit. It's bouncing.
It's got hundreds of fruit on there.
Yeah, and it has a shallow root, so you have to protect it. I might have to cover some other compost on the top.
Yeah, they're very easy to dig up with a shovel. You just stick a shovel in there, one scoop, and the whole plant just comes right up. There's no deep roots.
Citrus.
Yeah.
Citrus also have a shallow roots. So to protect from winter, and I think this is good because we have weed guard on the ground, and
Yeah,
probably that
the
keep
weed
that.
guard will help
and
keep the
plus
weeds
this
down.
one, it is enclosed with this planter, so it is
Cedar planters,
I
so it'll help
doubled,
resist rot.
I doubled the weed guard,
Okay.
so that would insulate the roots.
Hopefully, I think in the fall we need to put a lot of wood chips on here, and this will be an experiment to see if these blueberry bushes will sustain over winter being in the milk crate, even with wood chips on top. At least the box is going to help block the wind, but it's not as good as being in the ground for during the winter
That'd be
time.
nice, I
We'll
bet
see.
it's-
If they die, they die. We learn and we start over. We just bring them in during the wintertime, bring them into the greenhouse because they're in these milk crates, and these two handles on them, we can just lift these things right up out of the planter and move them around. We can put them in a cold frame and put them in there for the wintertime, and that'll help protect it from the cold wind. Wind is what kills, cold wind's what kills your plants, not snow.
That's
Snow acts
true.
like a blanket, it insulates.
Just the wind.
Yeah.
So that's all for that, and hopefully this blueberries, I still have to plant 5 of them.
Yeah, 5 more, and I got 5 more of these
Man,
planters.
you-
I'm gonna
you
make.
need to
Which
plant-
reminds me, if any of you guys are interested in seeing how I build these planters, write in the comments down below. And also, if you would like to give us some advice, if you have experience with blueberries,
Yeah,
and you
comment
have a
also.
type of variety that you really like, and
And
the
share that
larger
with us.
ones, share it down in the comment below, and we would love to include that in our next video. So, all right, well that does it for today. That's a wrap for us on blueberry today,
So,
and
Thank you for watching, guys, and see you next time.
we'll see you on the next one. Peace.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun.